Eliza Bennet woke beneath an overturned wagon with blood on her sleeve and snow filling her mouth. A few feet away, Caleb Hale lay motionless beneath the broken wheel. Through the screaming wind, she heard another horse approaching. Then Thomas, the handsome rancher she had crossed half the country to marry, stepped down from the saddle. He did not run toward her. He looked at Caleb's body, then at the leather bag containing Eliza's inheritance papers, and he smiled. 3 weeks earlier, Eliza had believed that smile meant love. Before we return to the day Eliza first arrived in town, tell us where you are listening from. Like the story, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts below. And if you have ever trusted someone's words, only to learn the truth through their actions, you are welcome to share your experience. The stagecoach reached Dry Creek just before sunset. Eliza Bennet leaned toward the dusty window as wooden buildings came into view. A church bell rang somewhere beyond the main street. Horses stood tied outside the saloon, their heads low beneath the evening heat. She touched the silver locket around her neck. "You made it," she whispered to the faded picture of her parents inside. For 6 months, Thomas Hale's letters had been her only comfort. He wrote of green pasture, a wide ranch house, and children who might someday play beneath the cottonwood trees. His words were warm and confident. They made Eliza believe a new life waited for her beyond the grief she had known in Pennsylvania. When the coach stopped, the door opened. Thomas stood outside in a dark coat, polished boots, and a pale hat untouched by trail dust. He was even more handsome than the photograph he had sent. "Miss Bennet," he said, offering his hand. "Dry Creek has never welcomed a finer sight." Eliza smiled as he helped her down. Behind him stood another man beside a brown horse. He was taller than Thomas, though his shoulders bent slightly from hard labor. His beard was rough, his coat patched, and an old scar crossed the back of his right hand. "This is my brother, Caleb," Thomas said. "He does not speak much." Caleb removed his hat. "Ma'am." His eyes rested on Eliza's trunk, then on the leather document case she held tightly against her chest. Something troubled his face. Thomas reached for the case. "Let me carry that." Eliza pulled it closer without thinking. "I would rather keep it with me." For one brief second, Thomas's smile disappeared. Then it returned. "Of course," Caleb noticed. The Hale Ranch stood 7 miles outside town. As their wagon passed beneath its wooden gate, Eliza saw cattle scattered across dry grass and broken fence rails leaning toward the earth. The grand home Thomas had described was smaller than she expected. Several roof boards were missing. One barn door hung from a single hinge. "The winter was cruel," Thomas explained, "but your arrival marks a new beginning." At supper, Thomas filled the room with plans. He spoke of repairing the barn, buying cattle, and holding their wedding at the church on Sunday. Caleb ate quietly at the far end of the table. When Thomas stepped outside to speak with a ranch hand, Caleb finally looked at Eliza. "You should keep your papers locked away." Eliza stiffened. "My papers are no concern of yours." His jaw tightened. "No, ma'am, but they are a concern to someone." Before she could ask what he meant, Thomas returned. Caleb lowered his eyes and said nothing more. Later that night, Eliza opened her document case in the small guest room. Inside were her father's bank papers, several letters, and a sealed envelope she had never read. Across the front, in her father's handwriting, were 4 words, "For Eliza, in the West." Her fingers trembled as she broke the seal. The first line read, "My dear daughter, if a man named Hale ever asks about your inheritance, do not trust him until you know which brother he truly is." A floorboard creaked in the hallway. Eliza quickly folded the letter. The door handle began to turn. Eliza pushed her father's letter beneath the mattress, just as the door opened. Thomas stood in the doorway holding a lantern. "I heard you moving," he said. "I wanted to make sure you were comfortable." His eyes moved from her face to the open document case on the bed. Eliza closed the case. "I was putting away my things." Thomas stepped into the room. His smile was gentle, but something in his eyes felt different now. "You must be tired after such a long journey." "I am." He lifted the lantern slightly. "Did your father leave many papers?" Eliza remembered the warning in the letter. "Do not trust him until you know which brother he truly is." "Only family letters," she answered. Thomas stared at her for a moment. Then he smiled again. "Sleep well, my dear. Tomorrow, we begin planning our future." After he left, Eliza locked the door. She did not sleep. By morning, dark clouds had gathered over the hills. At breakfast, Thomas placed several papers beside Eliza's plate. "The bank requires your signature before our wedding," he explained. "It is only a simple matter concerning your inheritance." Eliza did not touch the papers. "My inheritance belongs to me." "Of course it does," Thomas laughed softly. "But once we are married, we should manage such things together." Across the table, Caleb stopped drinking his coffee. Thomas noticed. "Something troubling you, brother?" Caleb set down his cup. "The storm is coming faster than expected." "I was speaking to Eliza, and I am speaking about the storm." Thomas leaned back. "She must travel to town today. Mr. Wallace at the bank is waiting. The creek road will flood. The sky is still clear enough." Caleb looked toward Eliza. "Do not go." Thomas's fist struck the table. "You have no right to command my future wife." Caleb rose slowly. "No, but someone should tell her when a road is dangerous." Eliza felt anger rise inside her. Caleb had watched her since she arrived. He spoke in warnings but offered no explanation. "Why do you keep interfering?" she asked. "If you know something, say it plainly." Caleb's face tightened with pain. Before he could answer, Thomas stood between them. "My brother has always hated seeing me happy." Caleb stared at Thomas. "That is not what I hate." The room became silent. Thomas turned to Eliza. "I will have a ranch hand drive you to town. You will be back before the rain." Eliza wanted answers. She also wanted to prove she was not a frightened child who needed Caleb Hale's permission. "I will go," she said. Caleb looked at her as though she had struck him. 2 hours later, Eliza rode in a small wagon beside a young ranch hand named Billy. The leather case rested beneath her feet. The wind grew cold. Halfway to town, rain began beating against the canvas cover. The horses pulled nervously as water rushed across the road. Billy raised his voice over the thunder. "We should turn back." Before Eliza could answer, a sharp crack echoed through the canyon. The hillside above them broke apart. Mud and stones crashed across the road. The horses reared, the wagon tilted, and Billy was thrown into the flooded ditch. Eliza grabbed the reins, but the frightened team raced toward the old wooden bridge. One wheel struck a rock. The wagon rolled. When Eliza opened her eyes, cold rain covered her face. Her leg was trapped beneath a broken board. One horse had disappeared. The other struggled in the harness. "Billy!" she cried. There was no answer. Then she heard hoofbeats through the storm. Caleb rode from the darkness. He jumped from his horse before it stopped moving and ran toward her. "Eliza!" He tore at the broken boards with his bare hands. Blood ran from his fingers, but he did not stop. "The wagon may slide into the creek," he warned. When I lift this, pull your leg free. What about Billy? I saw him downstream. He is alive. Caleb lifted the board. Eliza screamed as she dragged herself free. The wagon shifted beneath them. Caleb threw Eliza toward solid ground just as the muddy bank collapsed. The broken wagon rolled again. Caleb disappeared beneath it. Eliza crawled toward him and found his body pinned under one wheel. "Caleb, please." His eyes opened weakly. "Your father knew ours," he whispered. Eliza froze. "What?" The land money was never only money. Before he could explain, another rider appeared through the rain. Thomas stepped down from his horse. He looked at Caleb beneath the wheel. Then his eyes moved to Eliza's leather case, lying open in the mud. A hidden land deed had slipped from beneath her father's letters. Thomas picked it up and smiled. Thomas held the muddy deed beneath his coat. For the first time since Eliza had met him, he did not bother to hide the hardness in his face. "You should have signed the bank papers," he said. Eliza stared at him through the rain. "Help your brother." Thomas glanced at Caleb, still trapped beneath the wagon wheel. He made his choice. Eliza crawled toward Caleb, but Thomas caught her arm. "The deed gives you ownership of the north pasture," he said. "More importantly, it gives you the only spring that runs through Hale land during a dry summer." Eliza understood at last. Without that water, the ranch would fail. "You never wanted a wife." Thomas's grip tightened. "I wanted to save what belongs to my family by stealing from mine." Thomas's voice shook with anger. "Your father loaned our father money. When it was not repaid, he took the spring as security. One piece of paper gave an Eastern banker control over the lives of every man working our land. My father was not a banker." "No," Caleb whispered from beneath the wheel. "He was a friend who was betrayed." Thomas turned sharply. Caleb's face was pale, but his eyes were open. "Our father forged a second deed," Caleb continued. "He told us the spring still belonged to the Hales. Thomas found the true papers after father died." Eliza looked at Thomas. "You knew before you wrote to me." Thomas said nothing. Caleb had known too. The thought hurt almost as deeply as Thomas's betrayal. "You both lied." Caleb lowered his eyes. "I tried to tell you. You warned me with half the truth. I was ashamed." Thunder rolled across the canyon. Caleb looked at Thomas. "Tell her the rest." Thomas's face changed. For a moment, he no longer looked like a charming ranch owner. He looked like a frightened boy, wearing expensive clothes to hide his fear. "The ranch owes nearly $8,000, he admitted. "The bank will take everything next month. So you plan to marry me and use my inheritance. I plan to keep 30 families from losing their work." Eliza almost pitied him. Almost. Then she looked at Caleb, bleeding beneath the wagon. "You left your brother to die." Thomas stared at the ground. That was not part of the plan, but it became convenient. The storm weakened as quickly as it had begun. Through the rain came distant voices and the sound of horses. Billy had reached town. The sheriff and 2 ranch hands appeared along the flooded road. Thomas stepped toward Eliza. "Tell them it was an accident," he whispered. "Marry me, and no one loses their home." Eliza looked at the exhausted ranch workers approaching through the mud. Then she looked at the true deed in Thomas's hand. She understood the cruelty of his choice. If she exposed him, innocent families might suffer. If she protected him, she would become part of his lie. Eliza pulled the silver locket from her neck. Inside was the final folded piece of her father's letter. She had not read it until that morning. My father wrote that the spring could be returned to the Hale Ranch, she said, but only after the truth was publicly admitted and the debt to his estate was honestly settled. Thomas stared at her. There is still a way to save the ranch, Eliza continued, but you will not own it. The sheriff reached them. Thomas did not run. Perhaps he knew there was nowhere left to go. He handed Eliza the deed. Caleb survived, though his leg never fully healed. Thomas was not hanged or sent away for life. Eliza refused to demand such punishment. He was convicted of fraud and forced to sell his share of the ranch to repay the debts. The workers remained. The spring was placed in a legal trust that protected both Eliza's inheritance and the families who depended on the land. Thomas left Dry Creek alone. Months later, Caleb stood beside Eliza near the repaired ranch gate. I have no fine house to promise you, he said, and I cannot give you smooth words. Eliza touched the silver locket at her throat. Good, she answered. I have heard enough smooth words. Caleb looked at her, but she did not ask him to propose. Not yet. Some wounds needed time. Some trust had to be built, one honest day at a time. Eliza had come west searching for a handsome husband and an easy new beginning. Instead, she found a broken ranch, a dangerous truth, and a quiet man who had nearly died protecting her. And she learned that love was not found in promises written on clean paper. It was found in muddy hands that refused to let go.